So for our transformations, we have two types of reflections. One is called a vertical reflection. So let's say we have the function, the square root function that we just had a minute ago. A vertical reflection is when it's going to reflect about the x-axis. And so it's going to come down here. So this would be a reflection of the square root function about the x-axis, okay? And that looks like this. When it turns upside down like that, it's the opposite of the function that you started with, okay? So if the negative sign is in front of the function, before you apply the function, that is going to be a reflection about the x-axis. What it means is that all your outputs just became the opposite sign of what they had been in the original function, okay? All right, a horizontal reflection, so we'll stick with our square root function here, going something like this. A horizontal function, then, it would go like this. It would reflect, well, it's supposed to be the same shape. Pretend like it's the same shape. But it reflects about the y-axis. Reflects about the y-axis. Okay? And that looks like this. If your new function, you know what? I should have put g. I should have made that a g. Sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. What's coming? Okay. That's when you have, I'll make a new one here. Whoops. Well, I'll just erase everything. H of x is equal to the original function, but you're taking the opposite of the inputs. Okay? So you take the opposite of the input and then you put in, then you get the output. Okay? So think about this a little bit here. Let's take a point here, okay, and now I can put that in green, I guess. Okay, a point there, and say the input was, 2, and the output was, 1.4 or something like that. Okay, and then this point down here on the reflection, the input is still 2, but the output is the opposite, negative 1.4. That's what's happening on a vertical reflection. Okay, now let's look at the horizontal one. Say you have an input of 2 and an output of 1.4. But now you're saying, okay, I'm going to do the opposite over here at 2 and getting out a 1.4. So negative 2, but my output's still 1.4. That gives me a horizontal reflection. Okay? So hopefully that helps a little bit to clear it up. And we'll give you some examples here with the reflections.